Hello. What day is today, guys? I always ask the same question anytime I go live because I'm like, what day is it? What's going on? I think it's Monday. At least it's Monday here. I don't know where you guys are all going to be tuning in from. So if you are tuning in, shout it out where you're from, what's happening. I'm going to hang out a couple minutes and see if some people show up. But I hope you're having a good day. Oh, we got some people joining the party. I have this all figured out this time. Last time I did a live, I did it on my phone and I couldn't keep track of the comments. But now doing it on my laptop, oh, Robin's here. I can see all the comments and I can scroll back and it's going to be fantastic. So anyway, happy Monday, Robin. I hope you're doing well. Did you take any pictures of anything today? Anything fun you shot? I didn't really do much shooting today. I did a lot of paperwork, getting organized and getting the ebook together, which comes out on Wednesday. And I'm so excited to share. But what I did today was I went to the thrift store because I have I did just start. So PV Collectives, what is your name? I mean, PV Collectives, I could call you that, but I assume you have a first name. So yes, we just absolutely started. So Pam, perfect. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you, Pam. Good. We got all sorts of folks jumping on. So anyway, I have a shoot first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. call time. Woo, early. And it is for a restaurant. I've shot for them before. Oh, welcome to the house, Argentina. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, that's all right. There's so many humans. So yes, it's great to see you from Instagram and now over here. I mean, y'all are just amazing. So Ms. Eve, what'd you shoot today? What'd you take pictures of today? I'd love to know if anybody actually took pictures today. Let us know what you photographed. But anyway, and so I've got this shoot in the morning, 7 a.m. It's a Mexican food restaurant, and we're just doing drinks, which is going to be pretty easy, but I still wanted to have some certain props on hand just so that we can really fill it out. So I went over to the Goodwill, which I don't know if everybody has Goodwill where they're from, but it's a thrift store here in Arizona. If you have Goodwill where you're from, let me know. Just little comments here in the comment section, which I love that I can see. This is so much better. If you ever do a live video, be sure to do it on your laptop and not on your phone, because the phone, I don't know. I couldn't see all the comments and it was bumming me out. Oh, okay, good. You've got it where you're at. So anyway, I wanted to show you some of the props that I got in case that was helpful. So as you're like, out and about picking props up that, maybe it'll give you some ideas. But these were all super cheap. This is why I love Goodwill and thrift stores, and they're really funky, unique pieces. Oh, perfect. So you shot some drinks today. Awesome. Well, maybe you can give me some tips as to how it went, because yeah, I'm definitely going to have some fun. I think we're shooting 8 different drinks tomorrow. It's a Mexican food restaurant, so there's definitely like margaritas in there and other things. But anyways, first and foremost, how fabulous is this little piece that I found? So this is technically, like literally, I had this, getting ready to check out, and the lady behind me is like, stop. Where did you find that? And I was like, it's mine. You're not. You can't have it. Because this is actually all clad. So like really good brand, but you can tell it's a little, well worn, and I can clean it up a little bit, use a little varnish, but I just love this copper color. And yeah, I think it'll be really helpful for me as far as, oh, good. You've got Missy, you've got it. Oh, Robin, yeah, you've got Goodwill and ARC. Perfect. So yeah, I'm really excited about this because a lot of my photographs, I was thinking about this, are mostly just the finished dish or ingredients, but I never really get into doing like a whole, like something as it's cooking shots, so I'm going to work more on that, but I clearly needed props in order to support that mission. So super excited about this one, right? Anybody else super excited? I'm excited about it. Found this little wood bowl. Oh, and this was my most expensive purchase of the day, which was $13. So kind of spendy for the thrift store, but again, it's all clad. It's fantastic, and cannot wait to photograph with this. I know, Robin, right? And that's why Goodwill is so much fun. Thrift stores are so much fun because it's unique pieces. Now, this was great because it had no price tag on it. And so when it has no price tag on it, she gave it to me for 10 cents. And I love having little wooden pieces that I can just, use as like in the peripheral, or this one's really nice because it's very shallow. You can see that it's not very deep. So this would be great for like some foreground interest. If I've got a dish in sort of the center of the picture, I'm kind of shooting into it, that I can just place this kind of on the front edge, maybe it's a little cilantro or for my shoot tomorrow, a little bit of lime and some salt, just to kind of make it feel like it's more natural and like we just happened upon this scene, right? Yeah, that pot, Goodness with Chef Vanessa. Good to see you. So yeah, I can't wait to use that pot, but this fun little guy right here. Let's see what else. I spent a total of $36.27, which is actually, again, a lot for the thrift store, but these are all going to be great pieces. Okay, how much do we love this? And the lady again behind me who was coveting my pot, not so impressed by this. But for me, I just absolutely love the texture on this. Now, I'm not super wild about the flowers in the bottom, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to put food in it and you're not going to see it. So this would be great for a casserole or even a stew. But it's just got these really pretty, like that texture, that crackly texture. It just sends me. Okay, so good question. If anybody wants to throw some commentary about, for a first-time photographer, what you should get. I actually had this question the other day. Actually, I get this question pretty much every day. For folks who are just starting out, my very first camera was a Sony a6000. It's what I could afford at the time. It's actually a really nice camera. I believe it's 24 megapixels, so really great resolution on it. You can swap the lenses so that it comes with a kit lens that's like an 18 to 55 millimeter, but then I went and got a 55 millimeter lens for that prime lens. So it's a really great sort of versatile option. And actually the one that I bought was used from bnhphotovideo.com. And I've had that camera now for a good number of years and it's still great. So if you are looking to get into cameras, but you're not sure you're ready to commit, used cameras are great. Like I have no problem with used bodies. Now, used lenses, not really my thing, although plenty of people do that and have great success. But used camera bodies, I wholly support, especially if it's great from a great outfit like Adorama or from B&H. That's definitely a way to go. $4 is great, Ben, right? Such a deal. But I also shoot Canon now, and a lot of folks will recommend the Rebel series. I've never personally shot on any of those, like the T3i, but definitely Canon's a great camera brand, and you can buy lenses that can upgrade with you if you continue with that. Although I have no problem with Nikon or Fuji, or again, it's like such a personal decision about cameras, and I am not like the person who's going to be die hard, like die on a hill, like you have to use this brand. I mean, clearly I have Sony and I have Canon in this house, but yeah, so hopefully that puts you in the right direction. You can also pose that question to the Facebook group, which I'll be sure to link after this. It's facebook.com/groups/the bite shot. We're coming up on 800 different photographers. So if you have any questions, you can definitely pose questions to that group and get some insight from other super positive, excited photographers. Pam, no. So for me, at the point in my business when I'm photographing food, I'm usually not photographing it to eat it. Every so often I do. But generally I'm not, although I'll wash all these pieces out and I'm not too worried about them. I mean, some things, there's some glassware in here that's a little skeevy that I won't drink out of, but a good washing, I feel pretty good about these. What's up? Oh, is Greg in here? There's Greg. What's up, Greg? How you doing? You've bought used bodies and lenses. Yep, exactly. And a reputable source is where you're going to want to get your used equipment, but it's definitely a good way to go because camera stuff is expensive. You guys know this. All right. Cute little piece for 69 cents. How much fun is this? Now, I don't shoot with a lot of greens. Now I'm saying this and I'm thinking, do I not? I feel like I don't. Like I shoot with green food, right? Like cilantro and limes and parsley and all those things, but actual green plates. So I felt like this was understated enough, but had enough kind of interest to it that it'll be fun. Kind of little stretch for me, and it'll go well with, maybe if I've got a lot of reds or oranges, this will be a nice little contrast piece. So yeah, so I'm excited. 69 cents. See what else we got. I got some more exciting stuff than that. They packed it in all this paper. There was this one thing. Well, I haven't found it yet, but okay. This one is super random. You guys are gonna be like, what the hell did she buy? Small glass candle holders. Oh, very nice. That's awesome, Ben. Great idea. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what's fun too. You go to the Goodwill and you're like finding all sorts of crazy stuff that you're not using it for its intended purpose, and that is totally okay because it's called props, people. It's called props. Okay, they have got this all done up like it's in Fort Knox. Okay, so I don't even know what these are. It was like $2 for this stack. I think they're coasters. I hope they're not ashtrays. Maybe they're ashtrays. That would be, no, they're not ashtrays. There's no edge on them. if I can get into them, but they're these goofy little marbly discs. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have scissors? Yes. I'm in the studio, so of course I have scissors. Okay. Although these aren't really scissors. Okay. Needle nose pliers. Okay. I'm in. Let's see. Greg, the workshop. So I have got some workshops that are coming up that are super intro, and they are not just food, they're people, and they're only 2 hours. So if you're going to fly to Phoenix to be in a workshop with me, I would recommend one of my full day workshops, which are in the works. I just have to get those on the calendar. So hang tight, but those probably will not be happening in April, Greg. That's the truth of the matter. But I will probably be having one of the general 2 hour ones that are just sort of like basic intro to composition and photography. But again, if you're going to come all the way from, I forget where you're from, Greg, but you're not from Arizona, and I don't want you to get on an airplane to come for only 2 hours, right? Like I want you to do a full day experience. So that makes sense. Come to New Jersey. Well, I lived in New York City for a while, a little Upper West Side action. So, love me some Jersey. And I also spent a good bit of time in Philly back in the day. So yeah, I'd be down for New Jersey. No problemo. Australia. I would love to come to Australia, Ben. I've never been. Denver. I have family in Denver, Greg. That's right. Now I'm remembering. So anyway, okay, let's go back to these little guys. So these, I don't even know what these are. Do you guys know what these are? Are they coasters? Maybe but they look too slippery for coasters, but they're like kind of transparent-y. These are the wackiest things ever. But what I was really excited about was this one, this dark one, because I'm shooting some truffles, which are actually for Thursday's video, which y'all voted on. Those of you who are over on Instagram voted on. Oh, but there's little feet on the bottom of this. So I really wanted the black side of this so that I could use it as like a little serving plate for my chocolate truffles, because it's all about dark photography. And this is like a really cool dark surface, but there's these little nubs. Maybe I can remove them, or I will Photoshop them out, but it's a really cool surface. It's not reading well in the camera, but yeah, that's the bottom and there's feet on it. So this is supposed to be the front of it, but that's way too loud. That's gonna overpower my truffles. So anyway, these are fun and entertaining and cost me like nothing. So I guess nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? All right, did I miss any questions? I think I got it. Oh, how do you find out about the workshops? So any sort of workshops, any sort of anything that I'm doing, I update people via the email list. I will also link that right after here. It's linked in pretty much every video I've got on YouTube. It's where you sign up for my ebook, all of that stuff. Email list gets the information the very first, because that's the way I can make sure you get it. Because unfortunately, YouTube, even if you turn on notifications, I hear from plenty of people that you don't get the notifications. So the surefire way to make sure you find out, get on my email list. I won't spam you. I'm not a spammer. But yeah, it's very helpful. Okay. All right. Next piece. Now maybe this will work for my truffles, although I don't know. This reminds me of grandma's house in the best way possible. But I love little I love little things like this. I don't have a specific use for this, but sometimes I just do that. And it was only $2.99. So these are kind of fun. All right, let's see. There was one piece though that I was like, you guys are okay, this is a good one. So this candlestick holder, but I love the color of it. You guys see the color of it? This is kind of like this green. And I've got a couple other pieces in my props collection that are kind of this tone of green. So I thought this would be a really great way to pull those colors in. It'll work well with blues, but it's just a really unique candle holder. It was only $1.99. And how much do I love that the price tag is coming right off without leaving residue? It's one of the things that drives me nuts about stuff I get at the thrift store is that in food props in general, they stick it right on the front of it and you're like trying to peel it off. It makes me crazy. All right. Oh, barbecue Cajun salmon. Go have fun with that, Ben. That sounds delicious. Okay. Let's see. Oh, these are the glasses. So, oh no, this is just a fun glass. Kind of like the texture of it. Could be fun. Throw a little OJ in there. But I want to show you the goblet. Oh, here it is. I found it. Look at this. How fantastic is this? $2.99. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, I'm going to probably leave it tarnished too. Perfect, Pam. If you're on the newsletter, you will find out about the classes. But yeah, how much do I love this? I'm totally going to leave it tarnished. This will be a just great little background prop. So, you get your main dish. If you're shooting into it, just having this in the peripheral. So not like a super focused piece, although maybe I could. I mean, I don't know what I would put in this, but talk about creative inspiration right here. I know. Isn't it great? This is why. I mean, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes I go to Goodwill and there's nothing. But literally, I went today and they were like, "Oh, who's the crazy lady on aisle 5 buying all singular glasses?" And I mean, me. You guys should come too, because then I wouldn't feel like such a weirdo. I'm like, why am I doing this? Let's see what else we got in here. I went crazy. I told you. This little guy. I don't know what I'm going to use him for, but he was calling my name and he was 99 cents. So anyway, I think that is about it. I got a couple more glasses. I don't want to bore you guys. Keep it tarnished. Good. Yeah, I know, Robin. Okay, here's one of the glasses that I'm like, I may not drink out of these, but I kind of love how worn they are. It depends on the vibe of the photo you're going for. Sometimes you want it crisp and clean and modern, but something like this, again, it's like grandma's house. It's like 1970s. It's throwing back. It's rustic. It's in a barn, right? Like you just get that kind of vibe from stuff like this. It's a little bit cloudy. So again, I wouldn't use this as like a glass to feature a cocktail or a mocktail or some sort of drink, but this would just be like props on the side. So if I was doing like a breakfast bruschetta, right? And I had the egg and I had the toast and the whole thing, and then I just had like some OJ in the back, this would be great for that. And I love the texture of this because when the light hits that, you just get all those little sparkles. And again, texture, visual interest, we love it. Oh, IKEA is great for props for sure. Yeah, you can get some great basics up in there. This is your grandma's old milk glass. Well, I stole it from, no, I got it at the Goodwill. I got 2 of them. That was the best part, is they came as a set. I mean, I usually don't need more than 2s of things, but it is great to have things in 2s. And then this is like my favorite color of life. It's like, well, hello, it matches my hair. It's that tealy color, and I love the interior of this. Like, I just want to do a flat lay with this, with like some sort of latte art or something going on. Because I mean, check out that texture. How much does that make my day? So much. And it was 69 cents. Perfect. You got a deal. Oh yeah, probably was cookies. Who said cookies? Let's get some cookies up in here. Did I get it all? Did I get it all? Oh, this is like a little homage to my desire to be Mexican. I'm here in Arizona, and so I grew up with a lot of Mexican influence because we border Mexico, and I've got family in Mexico, so I always love something that just really reminds me of my hometown and where I'm from. And I bet you guys do the same, because where's everybody at? Where are we at? Of course, we know Greg's in Denver, but feel free to shout out where you're from. We got 33 folks on here. 33. What's happening? Oh, okay. We got the other glass. Let's see what else we got in here. Virginia Beach. Very fun. Oh, okay. Gilbert. Hey, Josh. I know that guy. It's always the fun part, right? When you're doing something and you're like, oh, I know that human IRL in real life. Oh, very nice. Maui. I'm going to be in Oahu in August. So not close to Maui, but closer than Phoenix is to Maui. Oh, that's right, Robin. You're in Denver, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm so glad you're enjoying the channel. Now, certainly, if you have any requests or things that you want to see on the channel upcoming, feel free to message me. I mean, I do have a list that's like, at this point, 20 videos long, so it's going to keep me occupied for a good long time. But I am always taking requests because, some things just strike the mood. Okay, how much do I love this? So I was thinking of this for, because these kind of remind me of some sort of coffee glass. There's probably some sort of better use for them, but I was thinking it'd be really cool to do like some sort of latte in here, or hot chocolate that you get, you've got sort of the mug action. It's also a little iridescent, which I don't know. It's reading a little bit iridescent on here, but I was thinking I might play around with these with a truffle shot I'm setting up. I've got chocolate truffles, and that to me, chocolate truffles is all about, enjoying, for me, it's enjoying that at home, maybe over a cup of coffee, just after dessert, a nice little light but rich dessert, and then having some dessert coffee in the background, right? A little peripheral, tell the story. So LA. Ooh, a milkshake. Oh, yeah, nice. Yes, we can definitely do some milkshakes. And I got 2 of these too. I was super excited that they had multiples. And I think that's it. That's it. That's all the damage I did. I did quite a bit of damage. But yeah, so anyway, I would love to know, where do you guys love to go for what kind of milkshake though should I do in here? Maybe if I did like a strawberry and did a little strawberry on the glass or something like that. Okay. I'm going to work on that. It'll be a little homage to you guys. But yeah, where do you guys like to get props? If there are any fun props places. Another place that I like to get props, more so the silverware, because I've never really had good luck with silverware at the thrift stores. Maybe I just don't know where to look. But I usually do that all on eBay. So again, kind of a crapshoot. You can buy it online and it's not really what it says it is, but I've had some really good luck and I've gotten some really cool, neat pieces through eBay. So blueberry smoothie. Oh, every garage sale. That's a good point. I need to do some garage sailing, and probably if you get like the right neighborhood too. That's probably the way. That's probably the way to go. So, well, cool. Well, that's about all I had for tonight. I'm going to start setting up for filming tomorrow because I'm going to be filming the new video, which comes out Thursday. I'm going to try to be consistent. I've been consistent. Nope, I haven't been consistent. But I uploaded Wednesday the week before, Thursday this past week. So I'm going to go with Thursday because just the rhythm of my weeks, it makes sense to publish on Thursdays at 12 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Standard Time currently, and which is 7 p.m. according to the world clock. So you can sort of set that timeline. Oh yeah, Dennis the Prescott has the best props. You know what? Of his props that I totally like, if I could steal any of Dennis the Prescott, and if any of you don't know Dennis Prescott, he's got a YouTube channel here, and he's also on Instagram. He has this ice cream scoop that is just to die for. It's got like the wooden handle. It's all kind of tarnished on the scooper. I'm like, oh, I'm on the lookout for a really good ice cream scooper. So if anybody comes across one, let me know. Well, I'm so glad you're excited about the new video. Borrowing from the family. Yeah, I bet your grandma's got some things stashed in her garage that I could borrow. But yeah, so new video comes out Thursday. It's all about how I shoot dark photography. So, I mean, sometimes a lot of what I do for clients is they like bright and light and ethereal and that kind of thing. But sometimes they want something dark and moody. But I also personally kind of enjoy the dark and moody. So that's what I'm showing you behind the scenes of how I do that. What are the things you need in order to accomplish that kind of photography? And that's where we're going to play with chocolate truffles. Sonoma. Oh man. So Jarrett, you're saying I need to come to California. Done and done. Heavy detail about where you're placing your lighting. I would absolutely love to. The thing about my lighting is that I shoot with LEDs and I shoot with not very cheap LEDs. So I hate to share too much about my lighting just because I don't want people to get frustrated. They're like, I'm not going to shell out that kind of money, but I can definitely go into it as far as it, no matter what kind of light source you're using, where to place it. And definitely it's all about, for dark photography, it's all about manipulating that light, how to place black cards, how to really create those shadows. So we will go very in deep on that. So I'm excited about that. And then my free ebook comes out on Wednesday, Valentine's Day. And it is all about how to land your first photography gig. So if you are looking to do photography professionally, food photography professionally, what are some of the steps that you need to take in order to get to that place? And then hopefully you'll start booking some gigs if that's what you're hoping to do. Good. Yes, I'm excited to share the ebook. We've got a lot of fun pictures in there, a couple stories, but it's short, it's free, it's great. So that's coming out. And then, and then I think a bunch of you have put in your applications or your submissions for the sandwich contest. So thank you to everybody who has submitted for the sandwich contest. We've got so many amazing pictures. I nearly cry every time I see you guys upload one and you post it to the website or you post it to Instagram. I get so excited because you guys are flipping talented. That's what's so awesome. I'm just like so humbled to be a part of this community. So thank you for being here. But yeah, we're going to definitely have more contests coming up. I've got ideas for a coffee one, a burger one, hot dog. So lots of fun contests coming up. Let's see, did I miss anything else? No, I think that's about it. So, yeah. So stay tuned. All sorts of fun. If you're not on the email list, jump on that. You'll get all the updates about what's going on, so you don't miss any of the details. But thank you again for being here, you guys. Oh, Greg, I totally hear you. I totally hear you. But it'll be fun to show you guys because I have not shared. I mean, you can definitely go online. Well, I don't know if you could search. No, there's no hashtag attached to it. So there's no way currently to see the submissions to the sandwich contest. I did that on purpose. I didn't want people feeling insecure about their stuff or, comparing. I want it to be fun. I want people to give it their best foot forward. But after the contest is over, I will be sure to share all of the images so you can see. But they're all anonymous, so if you're like, oh no, everyone's gonna see my picture, and you're worried, first of all, they're all fabulous, so nobody needs to feel concerned about that. But I will share them all so you can see what other people did as well. I mean, what's their interpretation of the ultimate deli sandwich? So, all right, link to the email list, please. No problem. Here, let me do before we close out. Here, I'm just going to jump over here. Let me see if I can remember it. Hold on. Tony Simon. Let's see if I can remember it. Hold on. YouTube. I should have this memorized, right? Like, it'd be really super smart to have made a shortened version of this that I could just tell you. These are things that I need. I need to get my act together on many levels, but that being one of them. All right, let's see. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Here we go. I'm grabbing it. And if you have any other questions, feel free to shout them out while I'm pulling up the link to the list. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. I got it. Where'd you guys go? Okay, there you go. A Cubano. Ooh, there's nothing better than a Cuban sandwich. I mean, there's a lot of great things in life. A Cuban sandwich is definitely one of them. All right, there we go. Oh, here, link. There we go. There's the link to the email list. So you can jump on that. All right. So anything else, you guys? Anything else? Oh, I'm so glad you're having a good time in the group. I'm so pleased with the group. It's growing like wildfire, and I just really hope that we can maintain the positive energy. Sometimes photography, I feel like it can be a really, I don't know, sometimes just not the nicest. Although that's not always been the case, but there's definitely like people who just get snobby about photography and, get really harsh with criticism. And certainly I think critical feedback and, constructive criticism is super helpful. But I just love the positive energy that it's couched with in our Facebook group, that people nobody's being mean, which is mostly what I'm all about. So, the link says it doesn't work. What? Oh, jeepers, what'd I do? Let's see why it's not working. Dang it. Why is I wonder why that didn't work. Here, let's try it again. If it doesn't work, it should work. Nope, that's not working. Okay. Why is it not working? That is the most bizarre thing ever. Okay, I'm going to remove that. I think it's, for some reason, it's abbreviating it here. So what, if you can definitely find it if you go to any of my videos and you look in the description box, we'll have it. And I will link it in the description box after this. I know it works because I have gone to it on other pages and it has been fine. Let me do real quick. Let me just try something real quick. All right. Let's try this. All right. Try that, guys. See if that works. This is all experimentation. Thank you for being patient with me. Technology. I'm an artist, guys. I'm not a technologist. Oy. All right. Did it work? Did it work? We'll see. All right. Well, hopefully it worked. If not, well, I'll definitely post in. Oh, hooray. Yahtzee, we're in. Okay. Hooray. It seems that if the link is too long, that this little chat situation doesn't enjoy it. So hooray, we're in. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I know I had a good time. I mean, this is how to do Monday, right? 100mm macro lens. What do you suggest? The 50mm. f1.8. If you want to get hyphy and go into 1.4, 1.2, you'll pay for the additional aperture f-stops, but at 1.8 for me, I think is good. I think if you go any shallower than 1.8, sometimes you can really lose the food, which I've been known to do on occasion, even at 1.8. So 50 millimeter is great. The 100 millimeter, that, I mean, for any straight on shots, 99% of the time, that's what I'm shooting. Hooray, you're all in. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Mona. But I also have I really only shoot with three lenses, the 50 millimeter, the 100 millimeter. And then I also have a 24 to 70 f2.8, which again, not a cheap lens, but I like it because it is a very versatile lens. So it enables me to do those really big tabletop wide shots. I can get really wide with it. But then I can also go to 70 with it and do something a little bit more focused that gets you in between that 100 and that 50 world, right? So it's sort of like a happy little medium. It's really great too for me for doing video, because if I'm ever, like, sometimes I'll do tasty videos and things like that for clients. If I've got that mounted overhead and I'm doing stuff like this and then I want to zoom in, I don't have to readjust my C-stand. I can just zoom in. So that is a really nice zoom lens. And I think it's good for food photography because, again, it's that sort of in-between space. I wouldn't do a zoom lens that goes to 250 because I never need to be that close to my food. I'm usually already close to my food. So, maybe a 125, 150 would be about as long of a focal length as I would go. That's me personally. I know that for every photographer, it's totally a personal thing. But yeah, I would say the 50 and the 100. And then if you're ready to spend some money, a 24 to 70, which is also a really great versatile lens. Then if you're not just shooting food and you want to do portraits. So like when I'm at a restaurant, I'm at a restaurant tomorrow and I'll shoot, I can definitely shoot the food with the 24 to 70, but then I can also do some, space shots. So if they want some of the interiors or if they want some portraits, it's really great for shooting portraits of people. You get a really, between that 50 millimeter and that 70 millimeter world, you get a really nice quality portrait with the right amount of compression. You won't get any sort of distortion. So those would be my recommendations. Well, that's true. So yeah, 180 millimeter macro for sure. Like you're going to just get that really nice compression the longer the focal length. So definitely not a bad distance to go. The arm that I use to shoot overhead, it is a C-stand by Impact Lighting, and it's awesome. I love it. I have got it linked over on my website, jonisimon.com/tools-I-use. I can link that here as well. And you just attach it. There is a little piece that then you have to additional piece that's like $10 that you buy so that you can mount the camera to it. But C-stands are great because you can attach lights to them. You can attach black cards or white cards, they're super versatile. Anytime you need to hang something, it's a really great sort of all-purpose, but they're pretty significant in terms of size. So if you're shooting in your living room, just know that this is like a heavy piece of equipment that might just live in your living room, just trying to move it around and things like that. But it's heavy duty on purpose because if you're mounting a camera to it, you don't want it flying over. And so this is heavy duty enough for that. But for folks who don't want something quite so intense as that, you can get a lot of tripods, like the Manfrotto tripod that I have. The top of it comes off and then bends over as an arm. Now, sometimes you'll need a counterweight on the back of that to make sure that camera doesn't topple over, but that's another great way that you can then have sort of a dual purpose product too, that's both a tripod as well as then an overhead. What's up, Snap Vegan from Indiana? It's good to see you. Yep, so C-stand, perfect. Thank you, Cooking with a Little Spice. I'm glad you enjoy my images. I have fun taking them. All right. Cool. Oh, so Pam, understand the whole 1.8 ordeal. Okay, so go watch it's the very, very first video on my channel all about aperture. And so f1.8 is a very narrow depth of field, right? Like whenever you see those pictures that like a single solitary razor thin pieces in focus and everything else is like fuzzy and got that bokeh sort of effect, that is 1.8, as opposed to shooting at something like 22, which is a very wide depth of field. Now, your lens, there's a lot that goes into that, but just know, do you have a narrow depth of field or a wide depth of field? And those numbers are going to tell you what that aperture is. So go watch that video. I explain it all in the video. Super, super helpful. All right. Oh, hello from India. I'm glad my videos are helping you. So, all right. Well, we got anything else? Any other questions? Anything else you guys need to know? Any other burning questions in your world? No? Houston, what's up, Houston? I've never been to Houston. I need to get it together. Yes, cooking with a little spice. I will definitely do that. I had a couple requests recently for that. So definitely want to get shooting with your smartphone and also the apps to use for editing. But one little app, if you're not currently using it, I think a lot of you guys do use it because I see it mentioned in the group. But in case you're not, Snapseed is a really great app for editing, as well as Lightroom actually has a mobile app. I do all of my desktop editing in Lightroom, a little bit in Photoshop, but mostly in Lightroom. And they have a really great user-friendly mobile version, so you can go get that as well. All right. Depth of field calculators. Oh, quick search on depth of field calculators. Okay, Jarrett, I will. I love it. Very good. See, I learn new stuff from you guys every day. I tell you what I learned in the Facebook group yesterday that I'm so excited to do is as far as surfaces. You guys know, like backgrounds and surfaces and really cool ones. So a couple of the ones that I have spent some pretty good money on because they're professionally made for photography. But somebody in the Facebook group had this brilliant idea and says they've had great success with it using foam board, right? Like the foam core. And then they put like spackle over the top of it. What is it? Joint compound is what they call it. I don't know these like construction terms, but it's kind of like spackle, but it dries really hard. And you can do that all over the surface of the foam board. And then you can paint it with like acrylic paints over top and get a really cool background effect. So that is something I'm going to try. If it goes well and I have success, I'll make a video about it. So how much post-processing? That's a great question. I will say that definitely when I really dove into Lightroom and really came to understand that editing software, that a lot of things opened up for me, and a lot of my images really, it just tightened them up, helped them feel cohesive in certain ways, and you can do some really cool things. But if the shot wasn't great in the first place, there's only so much that editing can do, if that makes sense. So it's not to say that like you should focus on one more than the other, but I would say, really focus on shooting it well first. Because some of my favorite images are barely touched, right? Like some of my portfolio images, there's some little tweaks, maybe, minimize the shadows just a little bit or minimize the highlights, add in some of those things and maybe add some saturation or decrease the luminance on the greens. It's my favorite thing to do. You get on the green scale, the little HSL slider, and you go down on the greens, and it just makes those greens just a little bit more rich. One of my favorite things to do. Quick little easy cheat there. Wondershare Filmora Go. Oh, nice. Very cool. A video on tethering for sure. It's on the list, Mona. I will do that for sure. And just about Capture One and how to use it. Trinidad and Tobago. Very nice. Some Trinis up in the house. I love it. Best angle for burgers. Well, definitely either 90. Oh, I mean, every burger is different, right? Now, personally for me, I would say a side light. Just my personal taste on a burger, do a side light and do that straight in. I feel like that is just money all day and fairly easy to make happen. But definitely there's some killer burgers shot at 45. I mean, there's killer burgers, Dennis Prescott, we were talking about him earlier, the overhead, and he puts them all in a box, kind of like in and out style is, that's where the creativity happens. All right, let's see. Okay. Is most all of my food photography is indoor, Snap Vegan. Yes. I can't think of, I've done a couple, but the ones that have been done outdoors are very clearly outdoors. Like one of the pictures I posted early on was like a picnic table outside with like a whole dinner situation and some roast chicken. That was outside, but everything else for the most part is shot indoors with artificial light. That's mostly how I roll. Um, okay, yes, we'll definitely. Hey, if we can get some folks together in Houston, I will totally be there. No problemo. And I don't have a video on macro lenses, but actually, speaking of Dennis Prescott, we just keep talking about him here. He just did a video like a couple days ago all about macro lenses. Really great video, explaining why they work so well and why they're so fantastic for food. So that is great. But definitely, I can give it my own spin, and I will put that on my little to-do list there for sure, for sure. So we got tethering. We've got, I think all these we can get on the list. No problemo. All right. Well, I've been on here like nearly 40 minutes. Goodness gracious. It's a party and a half. So I got to go set up so I can do some filming tomorrow. Well, I'll go do the photo shoot in the morning for the client, and then and I'll be sure to do some behind the scenes. So if you want to see what's life like doing a restaurant photo shoot, definitely jump over on Instagram at The Bite Shot. I'll do some little, BTS over on the stories there tomorrow so you can see what we're shooting and which of these props end up actually getting used. But yeah, and if you guys have anything else you need, feel free to reach out. But thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Oh, oh, oh. All right. I think we got it all. All right. Good night, you guys. And wherever you are in the world, some of you, it might be like 2 a.m. So go to bed. If you're not, know that you're awesome and keep shooting some great food. Okay. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye. How do I turn this off?